Yes, absolutely. I did. I record them mostly just because students are absent a lot, and it makes it a lot easier for them to come back and watch this stuff later. Yeah, I record them all. What's that? Yeah, you will hear my voice in the recording. I don't know if you'll hear your voice, but you will hear my voice. Now, if I add a couple more images here, if I put like 3 sharks in this, then I can actually change them up. But you'll notice that like, oh, that looks kind of cool. I like that. If I pick a different image, like something like birds with human arms. There we go. So I'm going to pick this one right here. Or no, let's pick a different one. What's a good one, Santi?
Horses with 2 legs.
Mm-hmm. I mean, which of these pictures?
That bird flexing up there? No.
This one?
Right there.
This one? Yeah, let's go with that.
No. Go up.
That one?
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, let's pick this one.
That's what
So I'm going to open this image in a new tab. I'm going to copy this link. I'm going to put it in here. I'm going to replace this last image. Or actually, let's replace the second image with this new one. Now, this new image is a big image, so it takes up a ton of space. And you might be wondering, how do we change the size of the image? These images are too big. Notice that? Taking up way too much space. How do we change the size of the image? Well, right now, all of these, the only thing that's happened here, you might notice, if you look at the whole page, if I save this and I preview the whole page just to see what it looks like, I'm going to preview, change the view to a full page. This is what my page, this is what my actual website looks like. That's amazing. What an amazing looking bird, right? Whose arms? Those are my arms that I photoshopped onto this bird.
Why are they so brown?
Well, that's a good question. I also have tattoos all of a sudden. But let's not talk about that right now. The important thing to realize here is that what is this web page missing that almost every web page has? Creativity, okay, fair. What else?
Links.
Links, there are no links. Okay, I can show you links right now, but I was going to show you something else first. Original content. This is original content.
No.
This is not copyrighted. I think we have a title. It's right there. What does every web page usually have that this does not?
Subpages.
Cool, subpages, I agree. What else? There's no borders around the pictures, okay.
Mission statement.
A mission statement? Maybe. How about color? There is no color on the page. There's no background color. The text has no color. The font is not a different kind of font. We can change that up pretty easily. To do that, though, to change that font or to change any of the styles, you actually no longer want to write in HTML. HTML is only what appears on the page. So all the stuff that appears on the page appears here because of HTML. But if you want to style it, if you want to make it look nice, we're going to have to use something else. We're going to use the CSS section. So right in here in the CSS section, I want you to create one new style. I want you to select the body of the whole page and set its background color to Dodger blue or whatever else you want. And set its color to white. Now, I think it's pretty easy to figure out what this means. What does background do? The back part of whatever it is you're telling to change. In this case, the body, which is the whole page. The body is the entire document, the whole HTML page. We're setting its background to what? Dodger blue. We're setting the color to white, which changes all the text to white. Now, you can pick whatever colors you want. You could pick regular blue in here. You could pick sky blue. You could pick light blue. You can pick green, purple, pink, fuchsia, red, tomato. Tomato's a color? For real. There's all different kinds of weird colors. I think alabaster white might be a color. I don't know if that's a color or not. No, maybe not. slate gray is a color. That one looks pretty nice. I like that. So pick whatever color you want to make the background really quickly, and then set the text to whatever color you want also. Now the other cool thing you can do here, besides just changing the background color and the color of the text, is you can change the font. So this is a boring font right now. To make this font look nicer, we can say inside the body selector, we could say font family, and then pick a new font family here. Something like Helvetica, or sans serif, which I think looks the same. Yeah, it's the same. Or Georgia, I think is one. Or Courier. Or let's go with Monospace. There you go. So you can pick whatever font you want. There's all different kinds of interesting fonts you can choose from. Arial is one. If you want to find out all the fonts you can choose from, go to Default, Fonts, HTML, and it'll tell you a bunch of default fonts that come with HTML. Any of these, Tahoma, Verdana, Courier, Courier New, Times New Roman. There's a bunch of them. Choose from all these different fonts. Just Google it. You'll find a bunch of cool ones. I'm going to go with Tahoma because I like that. Tahoma, there we go. Tahoma look good. Yeah. Now, what do you notice is different about CSS versus HTML? They look very, very different, huh? CSS works like this. In CSS, you pick something to select. In this case, we selected the body. And the body is the entire HTML section. It's everything on your HTML page is part of the body. We set its background to slate gray. So the way it works is you select something and you put these little open and closing squigglies. The open and closing squigglies say everything that goes inside here is going to change the style of the body. And in this case, we're setting its background to slate gray, its color to white, and its font family to Tahoma. The way you change one thing is you say what it is. I want to change the background attribute, colon, whatever you want to change it to. The property and the value. And then you end it with a semicolon, like that. That's how you write all your CSS. And so if you want to change the size of your images, which a lot of you were talking about, you're like, this image is too big, I want to change the size of the image. You can select the image tag. How do you think you select the image tag? What do you think you type here? IMG, nice. And then you write the open and close squigglies, like that. And then you set its width, W-I-D-T-H, width, to, I don't know, like 30%. Like that. And then they will all be exactly 30% of the page in width. Change it to like 20%. Or maybe get rid of one of those images. Change it to 45%. 40%. Now you have two images right next to each other. You see that? That sort of makes sense what we're doing here. We select something, in this case the image. Then we use these open and close squigglies. And inside the open and close squigglies, we write a rule. A CSS statement that the width, colon, is going to be 40%, semicolon, to know that it's ending. You can do this with all of your images. You can give them whatever width you want, and it'll change their size. The last two things I want to show you really quickly before we do a little project is this. Right above your image tag, below the paragraph tag, I'm going to show you two new things. Santiago, you asked about links, right? You said there's no links on the page. How do we make a link? If you look at the slides for today, there is a section on how to make links. It's right here. And so you make links by using this A tag, what's known as an anchor tag. That's right. This is a link. And then to tell it where to link inside the anchor tag, you use this href attribute. Href for hypertext reference. You don't have to know that. You just need to know that whatever you put inside here is where it's going to link to. www.google.com. And this will be a link to Google. And if you scroll down, you'll see that link right here. There it is. Now, it won't work right now, but I can show you how to make it work in a second. That's how you create links to different pages. Sure. So we've learned how to make header text. We've learned how to make paragraph text. We've learned how to make links. We've learned how to make images. We've learned how to style the background of our page. We've learned how to style our images. The last thing I want to show you is how to make a list of things. To make a list, and that's also in your slides right here, we're going to use this thing called a UL. A UL stands for unordered list. You make a UL like this. Now, the interesting thing about ULs is that there are tags that go inside the ULs. So you put a UL tag like this, and then inside it, you put an LI tag like that. And what that will do is it will create a list item, just like this little bullet point. And however many list items you put inside there will be however many bullet points you want inside there. So if I put 3 list items like this, uh-oh, mine's tripping. Save, refresh, work. There we go. I have 3 bullet points. If I put 3 list items, I have 3 bullet points. And inside there, I can put all different kinds of things. One of my favorite things, or I'm gonna label this paragraph, favorite things. Food. Shakira. Food and Shakira. And now I have a list of things that I like. But if you want to make that list, instead of like bullet points, you want to make them numbers, you can just change that UL, unordered list, to OL, for ordered list, like that. And now it'll be numbers. Favorite things, number 1 is food, number 2 is Shakira, number 3 is food and Shakira. And so that is actually all the things I need to teach you for this first lesson. That was a lot of things, but it's actually not too much. It's not overwhelming. And what you're going to do for me is you're going to find a partner close by, and you are going to build a profile page about them. Here's what this profile page needs to include about the other person. You need to include a biography about them, a short biography, some images of either things they like or maybe images of them if you want to stalk them online, some hobbies they have, their favorite foods, any links to their favorite sites like Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, maybe they have an Insta handle they want you to know about, their favorite quote, and a bucket list of things they would like to do before they die. Hopefully not soon. I mean, like, they just want to do those things, you know? It's a bucket list. That's pretty normal. It's pretty standard. So you're going to do this for any partner, any one of your partners, and you're going to create a new page for them. So make sure to save your current page. Give it a name, and then save it, and then create a new pen to finish this project for a friend. If you want to communicate on Slack, you can send them stuff on Slack, just direct message some information about them, so they don't have to type it out themselves. Anybody have any questions? Yes. You can absolutely do a team of 3 and do each other. Yes, absolutely. That works too. If you need anything else, let me know. Otherwise, you have the next 30 minutes. Get it popping.